as much mobility as well around the map. On the other side for Alter Ego, they're looking to just go in for the brawl. Look at how they positioned or how they've selected the agent roster as the pistol round begins. Berserk's almost taken down the Spencer, but there is so many stuff happening on mid already. You have to back away for a moment, but Alter Ego seems to be at the forefront, or actually at the back seat here, as BREN is getting all the picks that they are actually looking for.
Yeah, the mid-aggression denied there by BREN, and they're gonna find one after the other, leaving Fat Penguin wondering where the hell his teammates have waddled off to. It's still a 1v4 as Frenzy in hand, gonna be able to get a pick onto one, but no bullets. What's he gonna claim his... We are in a weird world where BREN are consistently winning pistols. They have not lost a pistol in their entire best of 3 yesterday. And this is another one that they have just picked up. So they're really making up for that round differential in terms of those pistols.
And there is just some timings here that BREN have caught multiple members of Alter Ego off guard, I think. They were not expecting these off-time peaks, and it has allowed BREN for, I guess, more lethality going into their pistols, as you did mention. Now, BREN wasting no time, equipped Dubstep on that Phantom. So they really don't want to create any situations where Alter Ego will find themselves in a position where they can even outmatch BREN during pistols or during thrifties, which we have seen multiple times happen yesterday when Alter Ego was trying to go up against, I believe that was Full Sense and Big Bam. In any case, that should be a clean enough round, and BREN take a flawless round in this second.
Very convincing, very clean anti-eco. When a team is able to pick up clean anti-ecos like this, it's always a good sign that they don't lose shaky duels, that they aren't caught out of positions. Just a good example of fundamentals here shining through from BREN. Alter Ego, though, I like the idea to go for those pushes to force the hand of BREN Esports to maybe create an error where there wasn't before. But BREN, this time, they're looking a little bit too on form to even give up a single kill on that one. Now it's going to be a little bit more of a bigger test for BREN as the bonus round does come in, and on Ascent, on these long-range duels here, it's going to be definitely potentially tougher, especially with those Spectres in hand. But Dubstep, he's got the Phantom from last round. He's going to be carrying it over here, and he's going to be looking to be the entry. They spot out one. Dubstep does not get the entry after a good paranoia. But the trade frag right here is good as Dispenser is able to lock down onto Fat Penguin. The trade as well. Borkum is able to get that kill onto Natsalaran. That's already 2 rifles down here. C-site secured and the double flank coming in from long.
Tapatal is going to be the only one on spawn here. He might have a flash that can allow the 2 duelists to come in hard on long, but this is a 4v3. Make that a 4v2. They are going to be just, well, walking their way through the ramps, walking their way downtown, moving fast, faces past, and he's going to be homebound. Elmi Moore gets a headshot. That's going to be a good start. Followed up by Berserk. They're blinded, though, and Wit's trying to capitalize. Has to go back around. Well, that's going to be Jesse Bash in the back of the side. Has to go for the dash in, and they synchronize beautifully to get that retake.
Just how fitting is it that the combination, the duo of Elmi, Moore, and Berserks are the ones to win that round for this team. Just when you thought it was an impossibility that round could have went Alter Ego's way, they swing it back. And the 2, I'd say, best players right now on the side of Alter Ego claw their team over that bonus round finish. But still, that could have been much, much worse. They've lost 3 rifles. They've lost 3 guns here. That's going to force a lot of rebuys and put a strain on Alter Ego's economy going forward. Meanwhile, BREN, they're going to be very comfortable going into this round, having everything they want and more. Look at this. Berserks and just Berserks will be pretty low on utility and even shields. Fat Penguin just can't even afford a rifle at this point.
I was going to point out, Edu, that both those flankers, the duelists, were spotted by a boom bot that was placed by Dispenser on A main. And that kind of forced the trigger on BREN to just keep going on C, because they know that there is not really much value for them to just hold the flanks. But now it might be, because they know that there's going to be something a little bit aggressive on A main. They betted for it. They knew it was going to be coming, and it happened. Tapatal's going to be close on the encounter, which he does get one. But Jesse Bash immediately goes for the trade. This leaves us into the 2 versus 4, but Natsalaran will try to equalize. The problem was caught right out in the open, and oh no. Yeah, Fat Penguin should not be killed. Okay, but he's down to 30, and this is 3 versus 1 where I don't think he's going to be able to clutch it.
I don't think so. Not with 30 HP and not with the positioning and the awareness, you know, from BREN. I do want to point out Elmi Moore and Berserks. They're the one who won that previous round for their team. But in this one, it seems like they've dropped the ball. Going a little bit hyper-aggressive over A is not always a great idea, especially when BREN are so good at holding the angles. And they know how to expect. They actually did sort of dash out of it. And no one on BREN was surprised. They were just able to take those 2 big kills and the 2 duelists falling from the Alter Ego side. Well, they pay the price. And because of how much Alter Ego lost on their bonus round, this is most likely going to be another save round here from Alter Ego. It's looking like an economic complete reset. As Wits is even able to find the shutdown onto Fat Penguin. So look at this right now. It's going to be pennies in the Alter Ego bank account.
Well, his name is Fat Penguin, but he's starving a little bit there. He's looking a little bit thin in terms of that, as you mentioned, bank account. You know, you got to be able to save up for your future. It is what it is with our current economy here. And the economy for Alter Ego just struggling a tad bit. They do have Berserks with his blades, and you know, he can make sushi. He can make some nice little chops, choice cuts of the members of BREN if he has the opportunity to do so. But Borkum and Dubstep, the double whammy from the BREN roster, just shutting down the operation.
A little bit of cause for concern there for a second after Jesse Vash goes down. Rifle will not be recovered, however. And so this will, I'd say, give BREN a little bit of a moment to breathe here as they now collect themselves. They managed to pick up 2 kills in response. A little bit of information towards Garage as well, and things will be fairly stable right now. Blade's not going to really make the connection for now, but it is still giving them, that information that there is at least one person towards B, which instigates that rotate towards that A site. This is something they can very well take here, and with that ultimate, that from the shadows, just gives them such a big opportunity to cut off the rotation. Nasolrant is going to get caught off, looking completely the wrong way here. 3 kills already for Borkum, and it could be Borkum time this early on. Looking for an ace very, very early in the game, round number 5. Round 5 ace. Looks like it's going to be the deal. Yeah, 5 kills for Borkum, and looks like Borkum time is starting early yet again here. He finds another pick, and what a way to boost his morale very early on.
That wasn't the flashiest or most hype-inducing of aces, granted, but what that does give Borkum there is the knowledge that his ability to lurk is just not being scouted properly by Alter Ego. You were probably expecting that when you hear that from the shadows, it would be coming on A Heaven. But similar to Bind, when you ultimate on the defender's spawn, nobody can actually hear that if they're not close enough. So they have to look at it. Exactly.
You make a fantastic point there, Asarai. And having a lurker and making those plays like that, getting that confidence to be able to read the opponent's defense and just sneak by, that's massive for any lurker right here. And with another 2 picks at the very start here from BREN, they're looking rock solid on their offense. It seems like Alter Ego just can't find the shots that they're used to. Okay, that's a double lineup. Here we go. Nasolrant with 3 kills just when it's absolutely massive. They know his position right now with 30 HP, he cannot heal himself. They won't go for the challenge. Instead, you rotate there towards A. Gonna smoke off the angle and hope to catch Nasolrant off in rotation right now, but the aggressive swing will not be rewarded. Patience, not in that round here for him. Went for the aggressive play, hoping to get it into a 1v1. Just didn't work out, and BREN secure round 5.
There's a split decision you have to make as Borkum in that specific scenario where you have to know how to react to a flash. All right, we'll just look at this amazing 3K from Nasolrant. He almost brought it back. This one. You see that positioning from Borkum? He saw it, and with experience, you can tell if it's going to be a fake flash, a delay flash, or an insta flash. And there's just a split second in between that you can react to your opponents coming out because they don't want to flash themselves as they try to go for that punish. So Borkum's timing there was just perfect. If not, there would have been a chance, I think, for Nasolrant to maybe have made it into the 1v1. Still, though, clean round for BREN overall. They have so much money to work with, and Alter Ego really struggling. That's why you're seeing the tactical timeout come out here, because they've done so much to get this forward map control. But it does seem like they're forcing themselves on the attacker side too often, and it has allowed BREN for a lot of punishes. And more so than not, you've seen Elmi Moore charge out from A main as a single, spotted by the alarm bot, and he doesn't respect it that nobody will actually check him, but everybody does. And that loses them that control in A side.
Alter Ego is very much a team that's known for the aggression on their defensive side. BREN are happy to play off of it. BREN are happy to wait. Yeah, you want to play aggressive, we'll make you pay. We'll make you pay the price. And they have been they've been trying to cash a check that they can't. It's just the aggression stuff's not paying off for Alter Ego. They've been absolutely stumped as to how to deal with this BREN side here, and it's such a difficult place to be in if you're Alter Ego. It's like, do you wait for BREN to go onto your site and take the fight there? Because that's so difficult. BREN's executes are clean. They're some of the best that we've seen in Southeast Asia. They're known for this very Korean style heavy execute, and where they can just trade off each other like it's nothing. But at the same time, you also don't want to play too aggressive, because if you play aggressive, BREN will play passive at the start of the round and punish you. So it's a very, very tough position here for Alter Ego to decide how they want to approach this defensive half.
Well, they can approach this defensive half with Elmi Moore hitting some nasties like that. Dubstep, he can find those entries, but sometimes you just cannot go up against Elmi Moore there. Borkum, though, spraying randomly, aggressively through the smoke. Does not get punished, but does get the damage onto Berserks, and has to respect that for the moment. Jesse Vash is looking for a lineup here. Dispenser is holding, and I think, they haven't picked up the Phantom from Dubstep at all, since Dispenser has been keeping that in track. Elmi Moore will be able to just about get it, I think, but the execution on C is going to be inevitable.
We're going to head on over to it. Jesse Vash, shock dart right there. Doesn't check the close corner, but Jesse Vash will pick up the slack, and Borkum will be there to follow right after. Elmi Moore, one of the best players with that Sheriff in his hand, and he somehow finds one before he eventually drops. Tebatol might not be checked here. He gets one, bring it to a 1v1, swaps out his gun, and this could be the round here. Borkum's very low. Can he clutch? 1 second left, not enough time, and Alter Ego, they've stolen a round away.
They were probably expecting Tebatol to delay push himself outside of spawn there, but he wanted to close the distance since he only had the stinger, really. And luckily enough, he was able to get the one target from those two, from Jesse Vash and Borkum, that was actually low HP, or that was actually high HP, full HP. And that made his life a little bit easier, as I think Borkum was so pressed to try to get that, especially with the time not really being enough to plant the spike down even after Jesse Vash did go. In any case, Alter Ego, good enough clutch on that Thrifty.
That gets them a significant boost in their economy. And this is really, I think, one of the turning points in the game here. They have the operator on Berserks. And what this means is that their defensive pushes and their defensive holds can be a little bit more, I'd say, impactful. You can have either Berserk going in for those aggressive pushes with that operator like he normally does, and he tends to get at least one pick. And at the same time, you can just have him solo anchor a site and stack your forces in another. So this opens up options here for Alter Ego as to how to deal with this. Good jumping peak here, but however, it's not going to land the mark right there, as the information is finally given that Berserks is on that operator towards that C site. But BREN smells weakness. Op or not, they're going to try and go for it, but it's a great double kill right there from Berserk as he finds two on the defensive hold here for Alter Ego.
So a bit of adjustment here. Again, you can try multiple things to try to entry onto a site, but that smoke is the only thing separating both of the operators. Yes, Dubstep has also bought himself onto that sniper. It's going to be the lineup from Jesse Vash, but finds nothing at the back of the site. It's actually Berserks who's tucked himself right in the corner, and he's just getting everything. These slow peaks from BREN getting punished as soon as it comes in, and he's not done just yet as the 4K comes in for Berserks. Why give him the ace? Why don't you? And there he is. They line up the shooting gallery, and Berserks just hit it up one after the other.
Look, man, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but peeking one by one onto Berserks like that on C-Long, that's just never a good idea. Berserks is a crack shot, and if you let him ace like this, if you let him warm up, he is going to brew up a storm. And already, we've seen, dude, it is 9 rounds in this game. We've already seen 2 aces. If this is any indication of how the rest of the series is going to go, well, prepare your extra pairs of underwear, because I'm definitely expecting a lot of crazy stuff.
I'm sorry, I don't have.
You don't
extra
wear underwear?
I only have like one pair for like 3 days. And well, there's one pair of steely round objects that Berserk has that allows him to hit that. Just the the ability of this man to keep calm under pressure. The 1-for-1 trade, but it seems like BREN, they're going to change the pace once again. They get that good trade enough, and they know that the A side is going to be theirs for the taking. A Phantom Paranoia is going to be so good, and that opens it up. Trade for trade, but it's 1 versus 2. Fat Penguin cannot pick up Tetherball, and this leaves Fat Penguin to go for it. Not going to happen, and BREN swiftly strike back.
Things got a little bit scary there after that first pick from Berserks for BREN. Just landing that shot, but the trade so instant, so immediate. And let's look at this round score right now. Borkum with 12 kills, 10 rounds in here. Basically, essentially 9 after 9 rounds have passed. And that's really a statistic that you want to see if you're BREN. Because if you're having your controller, your lurker, putting up those numbers, it's a good sign that the duelists can sit back a little bit more, do their job as getting into the entries of the site, and at least getting position, especially when it comes to executes, because that just means that as long as they get on the site, they can trust that whoever's behind them is going to go and get those refrags. That's going to be the Hunter's Fury deployed from Jesse Vesh. This time, it's going to get another one. He just never misses those. Every single time. And Dubstep, right there with a follow-up. Elmi Moore, good for a trade here, but Borkum's going to miss another opportunity. The Recon Dart's able to spot out Elmi Moore, but this is an opportunity for them to fall back, rotate, and not really hard commit. They will be leaving Dispenser here up in Garage, so this could be an opportunity for him to punish. And in fact, Dispenser does get the catch onto Elmi Moore, catches him in rotation. Spots one out, but Wits as well will be caught towards that A site. Now, it's a little bit of a tough decision here, BREN. They've been caught in C, they've been caught in A, and as to where to go, they're still scratching their heads a little bit.
Well, they were about to double back quickly enough on C, but spotting Natsuran kind of slowed the pace down just slightly for BREN. Still, they will be able to clear out the site. BREN, or Dispenser, and Jesse Vash were able to find what they needed to, and that's so unfortunate. Sometimes you just have to let the utility be a little bit shy of its positioning, or else you're just going to be in a world of hurt, and exceedingly like that. Spike was planted on default, and Jesse Vash about to swing wide, and he times it perfectly. One-on-one, Natsuran gets spotted by the Recon. Not gonna be a problem for Jesse Vash, as that pulse, that ping, was enough for him to clutch the round. A clean player, and a clean game, and a clean round for BREN.
Jesse Vash digging deep in that one. Just when you think the round is starting to slip away from them, they pull it back, and Dubstep is able to... Jesse Vash is able to use his big brain to use that utility. He knows that in a 1v2, the biggest thing that he can have in his arsenal is information. And that's what he goes ahead and gets. Especially after that first pick, the Recon Dart was just masterful, knowing that the angles he has to clear are the ones that are close to him, so he can push out that garage angle. When he gets out of the garage, Nats Laurent was able to, what was revealed, by that Recon Dart. And that just absolutely stumps Alter Ego here. Now, Alter Ego, Asteroid, they've been getting a couple of rounds in. They've been getting a couple good ones. But I really think those 3 rounds that they have had were really more of BREN misplays than actually Alter Ego finding convincing wins on their side.
Mm-hmm. You could say that. Definitely could say that. But I'll go in the other... the other sphere and say that it's just really Alter Ego just having good reactions, and BREN just not really respecting that Alter Ego still do have that form of map control with how good they can aim. Because again, in the end, this is still a FPS game, and if you're able to hit your shots that cleanly by Berserks, it's just not going to be possible. In any case, though, they're going to spread a little bit more utility here, and that's what I mean. Again, the reaction time, the speed, and the confidence to hit those shots is just what gives Berserks his lethality. But a little bit of that peak with the Silver Drone. Oh, you get baited by Hedgewid. Oh, this is not good, but 4v3 ensues.
If you can't out-aim him, might as well outsmart him. That's exactly what Dispenser brought in that one. This is the swing on top of the utility. Masterful. A little bit of a extra bullet just to make sure, just for good measure. Just to make sure he's really dead, double tap.
Yeah, double tap.
Just like in Zombieland, just double tap. It's a rule.
Exactly. And Rule 17. Gotta enjoy the little things. And extra bullets like that is how they enjoy themselves. 8-3, and BREN, decisive round wins like we mentioned. One more before we go into that second half. Gotta say here, even Berserks can hit those nasties, those op flicks and op shots. It's just, again, BREN knowing the tiny bit of differences at how to hit that off. Because sometimes, you know, from a longer perspective of it, our processes, our thinking process, we just say, just flash them out, right? But sometimes they can actually just go behind cover and not get flashed and then peek out and then punish. So what is your answer to that? Well, if you're a pro team, you can use those tiny bits of, how to say it, distractions to open up something for you. The window is small, but you know these guys are good for it.
Yeah, definitely. Even if the window is small, no matter how small it is, BREN will always find a way to crawl their way into a spot where they can emerge out victorious. I'm not going to acknowledge that chuckle, Asarai. I know what you were thinking.
No. I was thinking, like, you know, rats in a maze. You know, because yeah, because you know how lab rats are
very smart.
Very smart, right? They know where the cheese is at the end of that maze.
Do you think BREN is like a lab rat that can smell the victory and is able to wiggle their way in it?
Could be. Alter Ego, what do you think they could be? Like, in terms of that kind of analogy?
So, Alter Ego, for me, I think they're like a bear. They will just destroy everything when they hit their shots. Like Elmi Moore.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Berserks. These guys have some of the craziest aim in the entirety of Southeast Asia. But they can be outwitted. They can be outsmarted. Overpowered is definitely a little bit of a tough spot, which is why BREN are really taking the, you know, patient approach towards this one. They've seen Elmi Moore. They're gonna get the, not gonna get the entry. Dismiss actually is gonna allow him to get away from this corner, and this is a very tough battle. Dispenser dropped down to 21. There is a heal. What's going to be able to heal him up after that suppression fades? And they still have to challenge Elmi Moore on 65 HP. Elmi Moore re-peeking that angle a little bit haphazardly. And this is Borkum from the shadows. He's found a lot of success in the last time. He got an ace off of that from the shadows last time he used it. But can he find the timing yet again here as he gets into spawn? Does not this time. Stebatol snuffs him out.
Big problem with that was he was supposed to be the pinch coming into the C site. Now all they really have to do is look straight into Garage, and those two angles from Alter Ego should give them that solid. But hold on, Jesse Bash is hitting some nutties, and he has 8 seconds to keep the dream alive. He does not know that one is coming behind him, but Jesse Bash with the ace, the turnaround, the 180 to the cranium of Berserks. What was that?
That was, he had what seconds. Getting off of the spike was the biggest gamble in that scenario, but in that one he hit the jackpot. It's absolutely a show of the intelligence of Jesse Vash here, one of the most intelligent players we have in the region, and we've got to take another look at that one. Just a masterclass right now from the clutcher of BREN Esports. Look, he isolates 3, has the awareness to check up there, and then knows. He just knows. 6 HP, and he's pulling the Philippines ahead with a 9-3 scoreline with a heroic effort yet again from Jesse Vash.
Oh my goodness. Jesse Vash above and beyond. He just bashed him in.
Did. Absolutely. Yeah. But look, Asaray, this is 9-3. Will they live on from the 9-3 curse? Will they survive the BREN 10? This has happened to so many teams where they've come back, where they've been come back upon after they switch sides. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case as Dubstep finds a nice tap. It also does drop the spike, so that's a lot of information here. The double swing here. Dubstep's finding another. Dubstep's found a third, and on the pistol, he's found magic. And look at this, a moment of brilliance from Dubstep. Can he continue on? And in this symphony, it is going to be Jesse Vash and Borkum to lead the crescendo, bringing us to a 10-3. BREN have yet again found another pistol. They are a team possessed.
That was an orchestra. Somebody was just the maestro of that. Oh my god, the Symphony of Destruction, as you were mentioning it. That was so smooth of a transition from Dubstep. He was just peeking both A main and A short, and BREN was just right behind, you know, just wondering at all what this man is doing. and he converts it. Alter Ego shut down once again, and they gotta have to dig deep here. Seems like they will just be looking at the weaker weapons for the moment. Upgraded pistols is the name of the game for them. Elmi Moore charging on mid with a Sheriff, but this could be difficult because there is some pop shots, and he has been lowered down because of that direct contact with the Trailblazer. Still, seems like they're going to pop on in, and Borkum, he is blinded as hell.
He's blind as a bat here, but it's going to be echolocation that allows him to get to the back of that site, and the teammates, well, that's the quickest of reinforcements that we have just seen. Jesse Vash and co. Another triple kill from Jesse Vash. The responsiveness of BREN, they are looking to get payback. Onto Paper Rex from the 13 stomp that was inflicted upon them yesterday. And they're making a statement here with this game onto Alter Ego and onto Paper Rex, who was waiting for them in the grand finals. Paper Rex, we are BREN, we're coming for you.
We asked Dubstep on an interview when they win one of their matches during the playoffs, what was BREN feeding them? And he answered me, because I was wondering, like, this was supposed to be a joke question, but he answered it with a serious answer, which was BREN was feeding him motivation. And, well, you're kind of seeing that right here, right now. Still, though, Alter Ego do have some fireworks. They do have the firepower. This smoke, though, closing the distance for Dubstep with the Spectre. He's holding. He knows that there is members of Alter Ego aware of his positioning, but he is also baiting them to try to challenge us. And if they're not careful, they could actually give away the weapons that they sorely need right now to win the rounds and maybe go for this comeback. But it could be difficult. Dubstep still does not have a dash, actually, so he can't get away from that one. And this could open up the C-side.
It actually does here, but there's Borkum towards the back. Doesn't get the timing right. Spencer does here in Garage, but the trade is immediate. The flash is good. Takes a while, takes a second, but Borkum and Witch, they get the respective kill here. They brought to a 2v2 on their bonus round. They're going to be happy with this regardless of the outcome. But Spike will be making its way. They have secured the B site. They do have a little bit to worry about here as Borkum is right hot on the tail of Tebatal. Jiggle peeks the corner, but low HP on him. He's not going to hard commit. Borkum still managing somehow to be alive to retain possession of his life, but his soul will be siphoned away for now as it's going to be all up to Wits, who has the angle onto one. He knows where one is, and there's information towards backside. Going to get nothing right now as a little bit of too much trigger discipline actually came into play on that round.
Well, he had no idea that there was a crossfire, so he still had to make sure what was on the back of B on Gong. I mean, again, it is deceptive for us. Like, why did Wits lose that? He had full, trigger discipline. He had full control of that situation. But again, just didn't know where Berserk was really placed, or if he moved out of that backside, or if he was even marking a link. The timing was off, and Alter Ego, it seemed to have been a really sticky scenario for them, but it works. But here's the problem. We have seen in that first half as well that the gun round not really looking too clean for Alter Ego, and they've kind of been relegated to just go for the weaker weapons. But thankfully for this one, it seems like they will have some, since they will just trade for utilities.
Borkum gets absolutely rattled there towards the back of B. I think that was through the smoke as well. Didn't really get a good picture of the shot, but still, it's an entry nonetheless. That weakens the B side significantly. Nobody really here. I mean, more in this corner will be tagged up. Can he get away? That's going to be two shock darts coming his way. And the swing out alongside it, the trade is there as well. Berserk goes for that flash, the dash out, and the swing is able to get out of the dodge here, but with 21 HP, there's no way he can heal himself. Was hopeful that he could, but just can't. 4v3 still for BREN. With this operator, they're definitely going to want to pick up this round. Oh, Dubstep sees the head. Sees the head. It's not enough. He gets a tag, though. They know the operator's here. How are they going to deal with him? How are they going to contest? Dubstep decides to fall off the angle. And you know what? Alter Ego? Yeah, no. We are not having any of this. Not with Dubstep now. Let's go to C. This is where we're going to take a fight. And that is, in fact, the right call. Dispenser's still here, however, so he can make it happen. He does get spotted out. He's in trouble as Fat Penguin is able to spot the shoulder. And it's enough to get BREN in a very, very bad spot. And Alter Ego a chance at coming back in this game.
Oh yeah, 11-5 is a scoreline that, again, seems to be a lot of rounds, but because we do have only like 30 max before we go off regulation in terms of the rounds, it's not really the biggest thing. And they might have been able to crack a little bit on the economy of BREN here. And Alter Ego, they're looking pretty good on that regard. Now you're going to be seeing, Berserk's looking, hunting. He knows that he wants to get more impact in this post plant because taking an operator away from Dubstep is a huge W. You are okay with him fighting with a rifle, but when he gets that operator, there's just something different with how Dubstep uses that. In any case here, that's going to be the 11-5, and Alter Ego, they aren't still out of the waters just yet. They can play even before that post flag.
Yeah, but neither is BREN. There's still a couple of rounds to find, and you know, before I continue that point, look at this Jesse Vash, 24-7. Man is putting on a clinic for everybody right now. Just goes to show that, hey, just because I'm so Vash doesn't mean I can't wreck. And he is tearing down the house right now on Alter Ego, looking for that 30. Very much an inspiring performance from anybody who says that Sovas can't kill. This is just not true.
He hasn't gotten a kill with a shock dart. It's all been about his ultimate. Oh, really?
Yeah, he has at the very start of the game.
Okay.
I think it was round 2 or 3. Yeah.
Then just that. Yeah, just that
once.
Yeah. It's all been about the ultimates as well as the shoots. The shooty.
Bang,
Speaking of shooty, oh, work him. Gotta be careful.
Brought down to 13 HP. Has to fall all the way back here. Go somewhere else. But Hunter's Fury, is it going to land the mark? Of course it tags one. But can it get the kill? It does find a tag onto 2. So that's some good HP lost here. Nats Laurent won't be able to heal himself up, but he does top off Berserks. And if there's any player you want at full HP, it's got to be him, especially after he finds that opening frag. Dubstep getting flashed out, gets the timing and dashes away, fully blind. Dubstep, disgusting shot right there as he gets out of dodge and goes back into B, but he's looking for more. He knows that his team needs him to step up massive, and he does. Whoa. He finds another headshot close. Who expects an operator to push like that here? Now he's getting close. That's going to be another 3 kills for Dubstep. Blades out. Blades are enough, but it's Jesse Vash to follow up. And in this round, it is yet again Dubstep who is the maestro of doom. BREN will find match point off a masterful operator performance off of Dubstep.
You cannot expect that kind of loss from BREN, or that win from BREN. Because first and foremost, he was blinded. The timing, his experience, as well as his understanding of Jet inside and out, the dash, the updraft, everything at the start of that one. The kill on the Reyna was not really necessary anymore because his teammates were already rallying right behind him. But the first 3 shots, the first 3 targets was the biggest. And that one on Berserks really hampered a lot of the things because they wanted to get more control on spawn, maybe the entrances to C-Link. And this really does kind of slow the pace down. Okay, this is not a Sova drone. This is a observer drone. So that's not going to spot actually everybody. But this does give an inkling to BREN that there is a lot of noise being made on sewer and A main.
Yeah, this is a... Oh, nice shot right there from Berserks. Manages to dash on through. Spots the head, but oh, misses all the rest of the blades. Jesse Vash gets one, but he goes down shortly thereafter. Dubstep. It's going to be naded out. Okay, it doesn't take a lot of damage, actually. So regardless, it's Fat Penguin who will be taking that kill onto Dispenser, and look at this. Still hope, currently, for Alter Ego as they look to bring things to 12-6. Dubstep, no doubt, will want to save this operator. I don't think they're going to try to make any more pushes here, but they might try to go and shut down the economy a little bit more of Alter Ego, as they will be forced off of it and eventually just sequester the round here up against Alter Ego.
Well, put a bow on top of it already. This round has been gifted by Berserks to the rest of Alter Ego. Yeah, he did not get the secondary kill onto Jesse Vash, but that initial on Wits when he had his back turned really opened up the entirety of the site, made it very easy for the rest of Alter Ego just to, just waltz on in. Still, BREN, because of the rounds that they won, I think they should still be able to buy up here, making it incredibly difficult for Alter Ego to convert. But when Berserks lines those up, when he's feeling it, he's 16 kills here. He might still be able to lead his team to victory. But the big problem, again, is they cannot make that mistake anymore. They just need that one round. And by that one round, I mean BREN to take the first game and one step closer for that road to Berlin. Everything is on the line here. Grand Finals, It's still a big thing, but right now I think everybody is just looking for that answer. Who will be the team? Alter Ego or BREN?
They filled out the entire recipe for the disaster of Alter Ego, and all they're looking for now is the cherry on top. Just that final piece for the pièce de résistance, as Berserks is able to get that opening pick right there onto Jesse Vash, though this will allow them an avenue into the ace site. But there are still 2 players holding on to it. Berserks will get in, and Elmi Moore will find the follow-up. Great set of entries right there. Alter Ego, they managed to buy themselves. They got a little bit of a buy-in here into this game. That's Berserks finding a third, and Dispenser getting that shut down, but he's all alone here. He might just take the operator and run for the hills here, especially after he probably will get chased off into oblivion. But how far will they go? Into the abyss they look. Dispenser looking right back at them, and he finds a third. He finds 4. Almost does it, Dispenser. That should have never gotten that close. But Dispenser makes it happen, and for a second you believe he could have done it. But Alter Ego swipe it right back. No, this round is ours.
You know, out of the 5 members of BREN, Dubstep being the primary opper, way back when, it was Jesse Vash and Dispenser that have been kind of alternating between the sniper weapon, and there has to be some form of respect here from Alter Ego. Granted, though, Alter Ego know that they have the money now, so you can see they're pretty stacked. They want to make sure that BREN cannot transition this sniper weapon into the next round. Even if Berserk can hit the battle, catch Dubstep off guard, they still respect it a lot, and trading 4 bodies for that, I think is more than enough for them, or fair enough for them.
Oh yeah, this time they're gonna be forcing an eco here. Dubstep has money. He's gonna go for it. He's
oh no, he dropped
Mr.
to the ground.
Warbucks right now. That's gonna be a pick off right there, as they actually get one in their favor. Berserks is in hot water. He doesn't get out of it, and he boils right there as Dubstep finds another. BREN, they're stealing these rounds. They have no business winning these, but Elmi Moore is right there to bring equilibrium. Find the balance in the midst of the chaos.
Oh no!
In the chaos is their order. It's a 1v1 here, but is it gonna be yet again Borkum time? No, it's Tebatol as he denies Borkum. And what have these rounds been, Asarai? Where the hell have BREN been pulling out these kills?
Well, Borkum wanted to go for his time, but it was denied by Tebatol Boss. Oh my goodness. Where is these rounds going to? Down to the wire, the back and forth punching of both of these squads. BREN now called for the tactical timeout. They're looking a little bit afraid here, Elu, but to be fair as well, this is going to be their bye round. That was only Dubstep equipped with a rifle, if I'm not mistaken, but now he's going to be in with an operator. This gives a lot more firepower for BREN. They're going to have, I guess, a lot of pushback against Alter Ego, but Alter Ego, on the other hand, because of that messy little bout, they were at least gifted a bit of ultimates with Elmi Moore and Tebatol, and you know that Elmi Moore can convert on that Empress, so this could still be a possibility for Alter Ego. They're coming back. It's slowly but surely. It's very, very grindy, as they cannot clean up these rounds properly, but they still will take that rather than losing that round, and they just need 4 more to go out of regulation into overtime.
Yeah, but that's 4 big chances as well from BREN. They have been having trouble closing out games, and it has gone to overtime a lot more times than BREN would have liked. And so if they're looking to break the cycle here, BREN, they're going to hope to close this out as soon as possible. They have taken a tactical timeout to ensure they have a little bit more information, a little bit more of a better plan as to how to approach this defensive side. What they're going to do here is they're going to spot out one close up from above here, but he's going to be hiding. They don't know that Jesse Vash is ready for the bait and switch. He's going to run away. But that's a good shot from Jesse Vash. Borkum with a back off. And look at that, the 1-2 punch, crossfire, bait, switch, swing out, and double kill right there from BREN. As they're going to look for more. They double down on the aggression here, but it's enough to force Jesse Vash back because he's only onto 10 HP. Elmi Moore, though, he's crept up here. He's bypassed the smoke. Oh, he will be spotted out, stunned, rocked, and destroyed here. That's a good trade for Tebatol, who finds a double. And Spencer, can he get the timing? Yes, he does. 1v3. Bren looking for map number 1. It's Fat Penguin to stand in their way. But can he prove to be the decisive factor? Low HP on 2 members of Bren here. Only Dubstep with full. Misses the shot. Penguin, he still can't swing this. It's going to be a recon dart that doesn't connect. Shock dart, excuse me. But Dubstep with a beautiful shot on the head will get Bren the first map of the series.